All right, guys, this is Gab with Gab, and we are doing our thing this evening. My co-host Richard Carrington. What's up, my brother?
Oh man, doing well. Glad to be here again.
Yeah. And you know we got to get into it, man.
Oh man,
what was going on with this Oscars crap the other night, man? What was going on, man?
Man, I really don't know, man. It doesn't. It shocked me.
Yeah.
My son woke me up, said, "Dad, did you see what just happened?" And I was like, I couldn't believe it when he said it.
Yeah. My girl did the same thing. She woke me up out of sleep. I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then she let me see. I was like, is that a joke? It was no joke.
And as you look at it more and more, you say, that looked real.
Yeah.
And I was just saying, wow, man, that was an historic moment, like you were just saying a little while ago.
Yeah.
I mean, you said it was the first?
It was the first black directed Oscars.
Wow.
All black directors.
Yeah.
And things like that. So to have that happen, I just don't get why even if it was staged,
right?
Why would they have done that at that point in time? Because it was an historic event as far as I'm concerned,
right?
And so why would they have done that? So was that something that you think was real?
Well,
as far as the slapping is concerned, now from what I hear, a lot of times somebody might have wrote that joke for Chris Rock to say,
right.
So he was reading the teleprompter. I'm guessing,
right.
So. Even the joke to me was cool. It was fine. It was clean.
Right.
It wasn't directed at her alopecia or whatever. But and something else happened with that. I think that was some deep-seated other stuff.
Yeah, there definitely had to be something underlined because, again, like you said, he wasn't making an alopecia joke. He was making a joke about her short hair and in the movie G.I. Jane.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody who saw that knows, if you were around back then, you remember G.I. Jane when she cut her hair down to play a role.
Right.
So for him to walk up there, and at first he laughed.
Yes, he was laughing.
So I was trying to figure it out, man. I'm still, I'm still trying to figure out what was that really all about. Because I know he's been taking a lot of abuse the last few years in the media about, him being a punk to her,
I like when you say that, Rich. You ain't hold no punches.
Yeah, man, that's what they said, man.
Right.
With the facts of, with her, with the young boy, her son's friend, August Alsina, and the entanglement stuff, and then the Tupac. Always talking about him and Will not being able to live up to it. And so here you got a guy, hundreds of millions of dollars, one of the most famous people in the world, and he's insecure.
Right. That's what I said
insecure.
Too, Rich. Right. You're right about that. And he wrote that book. He wrote a book about his life and everything like that.
Right.
And they say it made over 1 million, it sold over 1 million copies or whatever. But he was talking about his life, and he talked a lot about him not being able to get over the fact that she loved Tupac, man.
Wow.
And he also struggled with his mom beating his dad, and he didn't do anything about that. So that's a male ego struggle.
Yes.
With Will, I think, like you said, being a punk and all that type of stuff. And when should I do something? When shouldn't I do something? Or should I fight or I shouldn't fight? A lot of times, some cats ain't fighting ain't in them, man.
Right.
Right. He might be a lover, not a fighter, or whatever.
And right. And fighting doesn't make you a man.
Nope, it don't.
It doesn't, doesn't define your manhood.
That's a decision, I mean, you got to defend yourself. Don't get me wrong.
And the necessity.
Right. But you just can't let nobody walk over you either.
Exactly.
But I think he's toying with something, man. And he has an issue. He has an issue because like I said, if anybody got his book or read his book or whatever, it was about a lot of that stuff with her.
Okay.
And Tupac. And if you ask me, you can't live up to a dead person.
No.
You can't live up to that.
He's like, he's one of the most famous people in the world ever,
Yep.
And, it just doesn't make sense, man. When you look at, because I keep running it through, back through my mind and kind of just looking at the whole situation and how he was sitting there, and then he laughed a little bit, and he looked at her, and she wasn't laughing, and she was kind of annoyed.
Right.
And then he got up.
Yeah, yeah.
Walked over to the man, and the man wasn't defending himself.
Nope, he wasn't even ready for it.
So you sucker slapped the kid. You know, a man that was much smaller than him. Because Will Smith's a big dude, man.
Yeah.
People don't know that. He's about 6'2", and he got some weight on.
Right.
And he's in shape, and he works out.
But still, man, come on.
I know.
You know, I get all that. I get all that.
But I'm saying Chris Rock is a little guy.
Yeah, he is. He is. Why he pick on the little guy?
Why would you slap Chris Rock? And he's hosting the show. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And
they were friends.
Yeah.
And the whole this was an event.
Yeah.
This was nothing that you playing basketball out in the parking lot. This was an event.
Right.
You know, a gala event where you dress up, you bring your significant other or whoever it is. People were getting awards.
It's the biggest awards in Hollywood. So the biggest stars were there.
And to act a fool like that, that's just something that I just really. And I'm letting everybody know now, I lost a lot of respect for Will Smith.
Yeah.
After this, I mean, I've been lost a lot of respect from him from that August standpoint, and he was taking a lot of BS from his wife. You know, You know that what I think he shouldn't have been taking that from.
Right.
She, you know, pretty much took him through the ringer, man.
She did.
Because she's on she got a red table podcast thing when she's talking about him, man. You know, and come on, Jada.
Yeah.
Come on, that's supposed to be your husband.
Yeah.
You know, and then you airing your dirty laundry, and you expect nobody else to say nothing.
And I think that was his moment to, I guess, stand up for himself and
or stand up
for her. But to say I'm not a chump, I'm not. You know, and that's how you do it.
And then
you look more like a chump.
Right, you look more like a stupid chump.
Yeah.
A jackass.
Exactly.
And
that's the perfect word.
And then when he accepted the award, the tears come out, and he's talking about he's here for his family, and he's here as a protector. Nah, bro. And not only that, you did a good job with that King Richard. I like that. Have you seen it?
Yep.
That was a real good movie. Yep. But you just messed that up for them and their family.
Yeah, because the father was, you know,
he was a big disciplinarian.
Yeah.
You know, and even in that movie, you know, his father got his behind kicked.
Right.
Right. Okay, let me. I ain't gonna say all the way he did.
Right.
But he was protecting his daughters.
Yes.
And at that time in Compton, California, they had a lot of gangs and stuff like that.
Yes.
So, you know, he was approached by a couple gang members as you know, in a point of old man, there's what you doing here, blah blah blah. So he was just saying, you guys need to get away from me. I'm trying to help my daughters play tennis. Right. And they wasn't letting them do it, so they beat his ass.
Right.
You know, and he didn't really do nothing. Right. It's whatever. You know, that was coming from a father figure.
Right.
But maybe even with that, something got to him.
Right.
You know, like I said, the role was played. He played it good.
Right.
And Serena Venus even said he played his father good with the accent and everything and how he did things.
Right.
It didn't say that he was a coward.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they did show it was a scene where he got his ass kicked.
Right.
But who would have did anything with these gangs?
Right. Guns and stuff, and he wants to protect his daughters too. He don't want them to get hurt too. You know?
Yeah. So, but I understood it. When I saw that movie and I saw that part of the movie, I didn't look at it like that.
Right.
You know, but I think with Will, he got some other deep-seated stuff, man.
He got some stuff. You know, because he's an actor.
Yes. Yes.
So, was he acting when he received the award? Or was he acting when he slapped him? Was he portraying someone or trying to portray someone?
Yeah.
A guy that's going to stand up for his wife and not going to take any mess. But man, you remember when we were kids, they would say, sticks and stones break my bones, but
names will never
hurt me.
You're right.
And the soft joke that he made, man, it's like, that was not called for.
No, bro. It wasn't called for.
And no, we don't know what people are going through, but there's a way that you act. You're expected to act as a man.
Yes.
As a professional. Mm-hmm. And again, when you talk about how it was all production of black directors and,
for the first time.
And producers and stuff. And then that happens. It's like they don't know what to do. They can't handle it.
Exactly.
They ratchet. You know, we don't want no hood.
Right.
What do you call it?
Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you on the hood Oscar, like you said, right. But yet, look, then again, I thought about this. What did the white people think about it, bro?
Right.
You know, we want respect, and we want to be on an even playing field with the Oscars and stuff like that. I remember he was talking about that with enough black folk winning the Oscars and stuff like that. But yeah, you go out and do something like this, man. I can see, maybe I kind of would have expected from some type of a rapper or something like that. And I shouldn't even say that. But, right. But to have for Will Smith, man, I would have thought he would have conducted himself better.
Yeah.
You know, when I saw it, I said, "Wow, Will." You know, and then cussing, come back, keep my wife's name out your mouth and all that type of crap. And like I said, I applaud Chris Rock because he was an upstanding guy. He said what he had to say, and he went on ahead and did his job. Yeah. He could have said more.
Right.
He was thinking, I'm gonna let it go. I can get you.
If you see though, and when he walked up there, Chris was kind of like getting ready, and I think maybe it just went in his mind. He said, "No, I better not."
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Right.
Is he gonna really do this?
Was he gonna protect himself? Was he gonna hit him back?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that, man?
Yeah. What if they start fighting? Like actually started fighting him? Then that would have been even crazy.
They would have called us animals.
Yeah. Damn the ratings.
Yeah.
You know. I know you got negative publicity and positive publicity, but but at a time like this, you don't need that, man. You gonna get ratings regardless. It was a good show. It was a good thing. You know, obviously, a lot of people won, the Oscars and stuff like that. It was an Oscar one for that movie that was had all deaf cast.
Oh yeah, yes.
They won an Oscar, and that was cool, man. That was really cool.
Yep.
And they said that was a good movie. I didn't see it, but once again, I think Will Smith deserved that Oscar for King Richard.
Yep.
He really played that. But then to show out like that, man, come on. They said even Denzel Washington came to him, I don't know, before, after trying to calm him down.
Yeah.
And was like, man, when you get at your highest point, the demons start coming at you.
Yeah.
And that's what happened, man. That would happen.
Now let me ask you something. You ever go to a comedy show?
Yeah.
You ever go with your lady?
Mm-hmm.
So say you're at the comedy show and you're in the front, and the comedian starts bagging on you and your lady.
That's the price you pay for sitting in the front. They're gonna roast you.
Right.
So.
And I'm saying you're not gonna get up and go smack the comedian because he made a joke about you and your lady.
Nah, it's jokes, man. He's a comedian. Right. I'm gonna laugh it off.
Right.
Whether I get a little tight with it or not, I don't know.
Right.
But I'm in the front, man. So it's fair game.
Right. I'm not gonna go and just attack him because
I know I'm not going to do that.
And that's what I'm saying. We have sense enough to know that as a consumer going to an event to say, okay, all right, I'm out here. This comedian might try to make some cracks at me or my lady. How am I going to respond?
Yep. Yep.
And as a man, as long as that comedian doesn't come out and put his hands on me or my wife, he can say whatever he wants.
That's his job.
Yeah.
He would have to really say something out of the way to get me to act a fool and show, say I'm gonna get locked up or whatever. You know what I mean? So it ain't worth it.
Exactly. And see, with the Hollywood, they got privilege.
Yes, bro.
So Chris Rock said he wasn't going to press charges. But they got him on film. They seen him assault him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's certain cases where, like, if me and you was out and we hit somebody and they had us on film, even if that person said, I'm not going to, file charges, they could still pull us in.
The DA can do it.
Yeah.
Especially in the state of California. Certain states do that.
Right.
And they still could do that.
Right. Because that happens a lot with husband and wife or stuff like that.
Exactly.
It's okay. The wife's scared to prosecute, press charges. So they just say, okay, well, the state
won't do it.
Exactly. So he's privileged enough to get away with that, and so I think that's even worse.
Yeah, he assaulted someone.
Yeah.
On TV,
in front of the world,
and gonna get away with it.
Yeah.
Don't get away with it. So what's that teaching kids? What type of what type of role model you showing the kids?
Right.
And kids saw that.
Right. And you just got an Oscar.
Yeah.
So your bad behavior was rewarded.
Right.
That same night.
Exactly. So are they thinking about taking it away from him?
I heard some rumblings like it's possible that they could take it away. And man, it's like I don't think we're being too hard on him, man.
Me neither.
I don't think we're being too hard on him.
He made a decision, bruh. and it was the wrong decision.
Yeah.
Will Smith came out of his skin the wrong way.
Right.
Of course, he's human. Yeah. But they pushed his button. Chris Rock pushed that button and it did it. He did a good job of doing it.
Yeah.
Good job pushing his button, man. And he made that guy react in a way that he shouldn't have reacted.
Because I think even if he would, you know how you were saying, keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth or whatever.
Right.
I think if he would have just said that, Chris would have been like, all right, well, you know.
Or stood up and like, you know, that's enough, Chris.
Yep.
You know, leave her alone. Just
right.
Stick it to me.
Right.
And he might have okay, I get it. I see what's going on now.
Right.
You know.
and that's what you would expect from a man to do. You know, to say, okay, man, you know, I get it.
Yeah.
But I think you're going too far. Could you please respect my wife?
Right.
And then that's it. Any real man's gonna say, okay, bro, I got you.
Yeah. Slow down. You know. She ain't feeling no whatever.
Right.
I get you a comedian. That's your job. What you do. But somebody said, and I don't know this. Somebody said, I guess before the show, Will told him, everything is good, but lay off of her.
Okay.
Or whatever. Right. So I don't even know if Chris Rock knew that she had alopecia or not.
Right. Come on.
I didn't know it. I didn't know that. I just thought she was doing things like a statement type thing. You know,
right.
You know how they crazy anyway, the family and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she don't look bad.
No.
Bald. She doesn't.
But here's the thing too, man. It's like, who's gonna set out to disrespect a woman like that?
Right, maliciously.
Knowing that.
Maliciously,
Come on, who's going to do that?
I don't think
there's jokes and then there's going too far.
Right, I don't think he went too far. He was just joking. Yeah. And once again, he said nothing about her disease.
Right.
He said nothing about that.
Right.
So for Will or anybody else to take it that way, nah. But that's why people, man. That's people look at different things and take different things the wrong way. Instead of thinking, you have to stop and think about certain things before you react. You can't just pull out a gun and shoot somebody.
Right.
You gotta, you know, if I do this, I'm going to jail.
Right.
Do I really need to shoot this guy? Maybe I can just give the gun to somebody else and we'll fight.
Right.
Or we can talk about this.
Right.
Because there's ways of selling things.
Yeah.
Man. It's ways.
You know, that physical violence is the last option.
Yeah, of course. Especially in a setting like that. Well, in any setting. But sometimes, you know, if something going down, you're going to have to do something.
You're going to have to tussle. You might have to.
And if that's the time for it, then do it.
Right.
You know,
but that wasn't the time.
No, that wasn't the time, man.
And so what do we say to young men, man, about what they witness? What advice do we have for them, you know?
The advice I have for the young men out here is think before you do it, before you act.
Yes.
You have to think before you act. Now, in a situation, if anybody else was in that situation other than Will Smith and Chris Rock, you just a regular person and somebody does that to you and your girlfriend or whatever, you have to think.
Yeah.
You have to really think, is it worth me kicking this guy's ass?
Right.
Is it worth me shooting him?
Right.
Or should I just play it off and see him later? Hey man, Rich, I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah, right.
You know, and hopefully you will say, my bad, bro. I'm sorry. You know, that ain't gonna happen again.
Right.
You know, and that's what I would have did.
Right.
I would have caught him in the back and be like, yo, Chris, I would appreciate that, man. I figured, you went at my wife. And maybe Chris could have said, nah, I didn't do that, bro. That was my intention.
Right.
And when I looked at it, I don't think that he like, once again, he didn't say nothing about her condition.
Right.
He just said, he didn't even say nothing about her head.
Well,
people took that as, okay, he said something about a movie.
Right.
Now, if you can take that and run with it, then, you're on your own with that.
Right.
But I could say, oh, he meant this. Nah, you really can't say what he meant.
You don't know what he meant.
Nobody knew what he meant by it.
Now, I mean, G.I. Jane's a movie. It was a movie.
It was a movie.
Yeah. So.
But like I said, young men out here and women, think before you act. You always, because when you act, you can't take it back. And every action deserves a reaction.
Right.
Although Chris Rock didn't react, but if somebody else out there that's going to react, and you may get hurt. Yeah. You may get hurt.
Yep.
Now, a lot of people got their pride and all that type of stuff, but it's a certain time to let your pride go and feel as though you're a man and everything like that. I get
the graves are full of prideful people, man.
Yes. Yep.
There's a lot of graves full of prideful people. You know. And pride is something where even the Bible says it comes before a fall.
Yes,
you know?
Yes.
So we have to be, you can be sensitive and you can be understanding and then you can be angry too. Right. But like you said, which I think is key, is that you must think before you act.
Yes.
You can't be someone that just reacts.
You can't be a hothead.
No, you have to think things through, man.
Yes, yes.
Because like you said, there's a consequence for that. It's
an action and reaction.
Yeah.
You know, if you react negatively, it's a consequence behind that. Yeah. You know, and most of the time it's jail.
Yeah.
You know, so do you want to go to jail for something stupid?
Right.
Because once you sit down in that jail cell and think about what you did, it's not worth it. It wasn't worth it. Right. It wasn't worth you going to jail for.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, this has been a teaching moment for me with my two sons, man. Got one that's 23 and one that's 17.
Right.
And I was talking to my oldest son on the phone, and I said, you know, you have to be aware of things.
Yes. Yes.
And you can't let people force you into making, you know, making moves, irrational moves and stuff like that.
You can't, somebody that you're not.
You can't let that person control the way you act.
Exactly.
By something they said. And, you know, someone might say something slick to you, or you know, to your lady. Right. That doesn't mean you got to fight them.
Exactly, exactly. And if that's the case, they won. They controlling you.
Right.
You can't, like you said, don't let anybody control your actions.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be controlling.
If I'm gonna punch you in the face, it's because
I wanted to. Now you ain't gonna make me do it.
Right.
It's because you know you deserved it.
Right.
You deserved to punch in the face.
Right.
You know, now, like you said, things happen.
Yeah.
But you know, you can say what you want to say, or whatever. Don't put your hands on me. That's why I always say it.
Right.
When you put your hands on me, then you deserve what I'm about to do to you.
Right.
You know, myself or my lady or my family.
Right.
You know, I can take you talking and
all that stuff. Yeah.
But, you know, it's a certain line that you shouldn't cross. You know, families and you know wives and girlfriends and husbands. That should be off limits.
Right.
You know, but see, people do that to hurt others.
Yes.
A lot of people have a good mouth. They can hurt you.
Yeah.
Things like that. You know, some people's bark is better than bite.
Slick talking and all that.
Exactly.
You know?
Or them pull you out and cats on the side. Oh, you let them do that, talk to you and all that type of stuff. Now you got to prove to other people what you don't.
And that's kind of juvenile because that's kind of what he did. Basically, he had been being, you know, everybody been talking about him and everything and saying he was soft and everything. So he had to say, oh man, they all think I'm soft. Let me show them I'm not soft. Right. And then he just showed that he was a clown.
Exactly. So now, what do she think about him now?
Right.
You know, was that something that she wanted?
Right.
Or it backfired on the both of them?
Right.
You know.
We'll see.
But once again, like I said, it goes back to, you know, him and her. She was always like that. She's from Baltimore, bro. If you ask me, I don't want to talk about a woman I don't know her, but she's from Baltimore and she got some clown in her. Yeah. You know, she got some thug in her. Yep. She was a good person, good actor, but she got some thug in her, man. Yeah. So, and she said that herself, you know, going back to the Tupac thing, that was her soulmate, her and Tupac, blah, blah, blah. So where did Will come in at? Right. I mean, you know, why did she wind up marrying him? Right. And she knew he wasn't no thug.
No, and he wasn't no Tupac.
Right. So what made her do that? Right. You get what I'm saying? Did she really love him? Or did he sweep her off her feet? Right. You get what I'm saying? Or what happened?
Man, there's so many lessons in this thing, man, in this situation. And another lesson, I think, is that money, money can't buy everything, brother.
Money can't buy, definitely can't buy happiness.
All that money. Yep. And he didn't know how to act.
Nope.
And he was, you know,
and they got kids. Yeah. They got kids. Yep. And number one, a lot of that stems from the Hollywood thing. What Hollywood brings evilness, the devil, because now everybody's in your business, everybody in your kids' business, and then a lot. You can say a lot of things about them. Number one, you know, you have to act a certain way when you're in the show business. Yeah, you know. Now, why is she hanging out with her son and his friends? Right. Getting back to the August thing. Right. So you supposed to be so-called a healer. Right. And you supposed to be counseling people. Right. What type of counseling you doing? You want to have sex with the guy, the person you counsel. Right. Come on.
That's misconduct.
Right. That's anti-moronic. Yeah. Come on.
I know.
You know, having sex with your client. You don't do no mess like that.
Yeah, that get you disbarred.
Right. But, yeah, so you're talking all of a sudden. Come on, that's your help. That's what you do.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's powerful, man.
Right. Exactly, brother. That's powerful. Now, even if your heart was in the right situation or the right, your mind in the right place, your heart in the right place, you're here to help people.
Right.
How did they get into that? How did they go to that? And you start you got to the point where I'm giving him a shot. Oh, I like this cat. Oh, how did that happen?
Yeah.
How you step into that realm, a sexual realm,
right?
And not only that, that's
really like a child. I mean, he wasn't a child, but he was
a young cat.
Yeah.
Your son's friend.
Right.
So now your son looking at you like, damn, mom. Right. I brought the man to you for help. You fucked him.
Man, crazy, ain't it?
Come on. But yeah, we don't supposed to talk about that.
Right.
She not open season for that.
Right.
We supposed to be like, okay, whatever. That's just Jada. Nah. If you want to, and see another thing about them two as a married couple or whatever they are, they was always heard them talking about this and that and how
open relationship.
How marriage is supposed to be.
Right.
And they was kicking it to you like it was cool to be married and have a relationship like them.
Right.
That's not always true.
No.
A lot of people can't handle nothing like that.
No.
Evidently they can't handle it. Evidently.
You see it's playing out now.
Yeah, and and a lot of times that's nothing but the devil, man.
Yeah.
Because who's to say that marriage is supposed to be sacred?
Yes.
Under God.
That's
now you around here saying it's open. What's going on with you?
Right.
And you trying to kick it to people like it's cool? What else you gonna try to sell me?
Right.
That ain't right.
Exactly.
And now the way you all act, I'm not listening to nothing you say. Because look,
you got no credibility.
Nope, it's shot. Your credibility is shot.
Yep.
And that's why I always, when I looked at Will Smith now, I kind of like shied away from him because all the stuff that he tried to talk about, he tried to be some type of philosopher for love and peace and doing the right thing, and yet you turn around and do this.
Right.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
Wow. I'm not buying it. I ain't buying nothing you selling, brother.
Nope.
You or her.
That's right.
And it's sad. It's sad because he had a platform.
He did, man.
Just like Bill Cosby. Mm-hmm. Regardless how you did it, it ended up wrong.
Right.
It ended up in a negative light, and that's what people are gonna remember you by.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Will Smith need help, man. He need counseling. He need therapy.
Yep.
Cause that right there was crazy.
It was, man.
You can apologize. Cause he made a statement, apologize to Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And it's not, come on, man.
No.
Come on.
No, that's just too much.
Yeah, you can't take that back. You did something, you can't take it back. So you got to ride this out. Yeah. I don't know how you gonna come out of this. I don't know how you gonna come out of it, man. He need to just lay low.
Yep.
Get out of the limelight. Don't be talking about this is for peace. It's for healing.
Right.
And, I want to talk to other people about relationships. Nah.
You can't talk to nobody.
I ain't listening to you.
Right.
Or her.
Right.
So that's what I feel about the situation.
Yes, I'm with you 100%, bro.
And then they never say about their kids, and a kid may say, this and that about their mother and father, but a lot of times kids have different opinions too. Maybe they sit back on and say, wow, I didn't know he was going to do that.
Right.
Dad, wow, why he do that?
Yeah.
You just going to come home and it's good. Nobody ain't gonna say nothing. Like, wow, what happened last night?
Right.
Why'd you do that? Why I do that? It got to be some soul searching, man.
Yeah.
If you lived in a glass house, don't throw no stones.
No.
And they would definitely live in a glass house. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying I'm not perfect.
Right.
But they was kicking it like they were perfect.
Yeah.
And okay, do what we do, and this is all cool.
Right.
Nah, man. Nah.
Wow.
To each his own, and you can see, self-destruction.
Yes, right before our eyes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's sad. It's sad. And like I said, me and you as our podcast and you know, YouTube guys, we gonna bring it to you the truth. We gonna bring it to you how we feel about it. And you know, everybody else is talking about it. This is the way we feel about it.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy. You got anything else to say, man?
No, I think we said enough, man.
Yes, yes, man. Just, you know, all this stuff. We got to stop, man.
Yeah.
We got to stop. You know, we put these people of money, famous people, you know, in the forefront.
Yeah, and put them on the pedestal.
People on the pedestal, yeah. And then, you know, you want to say, oh, they got a good life, and you know, they doing good. Nah, man, they hurting.
Yeah,
they hurting.
Yep.
You know, when it come down to it, they bleed just like me.
That's right.
They just got money.
That's it.
Just got money.
Yeah.
You know? And what you got to say, Big Rich?
No, that's it, brother.
All right, you guys just gab with Yab. We about to get up out of here. And remember to hit me up on my Cash App, $, King Larry 66. All right? Peace.
Peace.